Now, before I get into this commentary, people, I would like to give a rest in peace shout out to Mr. Joseph Opie Lee. You know, really, really good friend of the family. I feel like blood couldn't have made this guy any closer to my family. One of the greatest barbers in Philadelphia. One of the most, gentle giant, humble guys I've ever met in my life, man. Father, husband, he passed away this morning, man. It was really sad. I got word from my dad this morning. So, rest in peace. Shout out to him. And I'm most certainly praying for, the family, the friends that he left behind, man. The guy was a really good dude. And I'm pretty sure the entire city and everybody that knew him in the city and in the barbershop communities and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure they're all going through it. And rightfully so, man. We lost the real one this morning. And like I said, prayers up to his family and his friends and everybody he left behind, man, because it's a big loss. It's a big hurt piece, especially for the families involved. So again, Mr. Joseph Opie Lee, man, we'll miss you. You'll forever be remembered in the shops, in the streets, in the homes, in the conversations, everything, man. So, fly high up there, man. You got wings just like the eagles that you love when football season comes around, man. And with that being said, people, can I just say this really quick? I'm not going to take too much time and make the mood all, sad and depressing and shit like that. But we got a little bit of 2020 left, man. And I make my jokes and not necessarily jokes, but I have my opinions on things that are going on in 2020. I don't talk much about the shitty politics situations that are going on. I don't talk much about the pandemic that's going on. I have my views on certain things, and I have views on what I think is bullshit and what isn't. But on a more serious note, I feel like we've all been through enough in 2020. Shout out to the people who are having an amazing year and just haven't experienced any loss and no turmoil and anything like that. But basically, it's like this, man. We got a little bit of 2020 left. Like, just can we spend the rest of 2020? Like, seriously, just living, laughing, loving. Like, please, man, and anybody, all my creatives out there, whether you're doing podcasting, YouTube channel, podcasting, audio, whatever case may be, whether you're writing, acting, directing, producing, creating, singing, rapping, artwork, whatever you do, man, love it, man. Do what you love, man, and take pride in it every single day that you do it, and strive for everything that you want out here, because like, honestly, the thing is, we can make as many plans as we want for the future and for tomorrow, but we never know what's going to happen within the next couple seconds, minutes, hours, any of that, man. Like, life is really short, man. I know it's cliche saying, but it's true, and it remains true to this day. It'll never stop being true. So I feel like whatever bad shit we've got going on, I feel like we've got maybe 100 to 1,000 more reasons to smile about something better. This podcast being one of the things for me, man. Like, I could be going through anything bad that'll just ruin my entire day, and it'll be early in the morning. But one of the things that I feel like I can go back on is this podcast, man. The people that listen to it, the people that respond to it, the complete strangers that hit me up and let me know, your podcast, gets me through my shift at work. Is that entertaining? I'm in a bad mood and this helps me feel better. Or I tune into this when I'm in the car and all this other shit. Like, it's a radio, like, whatever it may be, man. You guys keep y'all give me a lot of hope in a lot of different areas, man. So I thank y'all for that. I'm very appreciative of these platforms I got this podcast on, and I'm appreciative of the listeners for sure, man. Because I always say it, y'all keep this thing afloat, man. So with that being said, man, let's just make it, man. Let's make it through 2020, and let's see all the positive things 2021 should bring us, or that we could bring about to 2020. And let's just flood all the negativity with just positive shit, man. Let's just cast it out. Y'all know how in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies or the It movies, they're just like, yeah, we take away all your strength and all your negativity. Like, let's treat that shit like Freddy or Pennywise and just overpower it with everything good, man. Like, seriously, because it's enough bad shit happening in the world right now. It really is, man. And I feel like that stuff isn't strong enough to overcome overall. So with that being said, people, let's go to more positive thing. I know this is a horror movie I'm about to do commentary for, but let's jump to something more positive because it is a real one's birthday today, or I should say a real one's anniversary. 32nd anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, for Halloween 4. Now, this is a movie I didn't have to take any notes on this, and I promise y'all, I'm gonna get to the Mimic commentary because that was the one that had the second most votes, even though it wasn't a lot. The Crow did commentary for that if y'all want to check it out. Did commentary for that yesterday. That had the most votes, and Mimic was second. So I promise y'all, I'm gonna get that commentary out to y'all. Hopefully today, if not today, tomorrow at the latest. But this movie, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, this is a movie I had to take no notes on because I'm such a fan of it. And the fact that it was the 32nd anniversary of it today, I'm just like, nope, I have to do it. I'm obligated to do it because this is hands down second favorite sequel in the series. Halloween 2, 1981, of course, is my first favorite sequel. It's like a direct continuation. It's almost like the same movie, but this one, however, man, Alan B. McElroy wrote the script, amazing script for this, and he also wrote the script for Wrong Turn, and he also wrote the script for the Wrong Turn reboot or sequel that's coming out. I'm pretty sure it's a reboot, but it's funny that he wrote the script for Wrong Turn and he's doing the reboot. I just find that funny, but the guy's an amazing writer, so shout out to him. Dwight H. Little directed this movie. I almost said he directed the script. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about this morning, but he directed the movie. And one of the reasons this movie is as good as it is because they just wanted simplicity, man. And that's not to say that Halloween 2 wasn't simplistic in the sense, but they wanted to take it back as far, they wanted to take it as far back to the first movie as they possibly could without being the first movie. And I say that in the sense of like the tension, the lighting, just the suspense, the slow burn, everything here works. And the characters are written so smart. Like they're very rarely do the characters do dumb shit. I mean, they do dumb shit, but it's not like stupid teenagers and stupid adults like in your average 80s slasher movie. This is a very intelligent Halloween sequel and just slasher movie in general. Now, the cast, of course, you got Donald Pleasance coming back, Danielle Harris, who was probably one of the greatest child actors of the 80s, and Ellie Cornell, Sasha Jensen, Kathleen Kinmont, Bo Starr, who is probably the greatest cop Haddonfield has ever seen, and he's the only useful cop Haddonfield has ever seen, honestly. And that's no disrespect to Charles Cyphers' Sheriff Brackett character, but he was just like, yeah, kids just smoking dope and shooting heroin and, same old Halloween shit that the town has. And it's like, nah, dog, there's a serial killer in this town. But I love that Meeker, Bo Starr's character, Sheriff Meeker, he just jumps into action right away. But and George P. Wilbur, of course, plays the Shape, aka Michael Myers, who is he's the first introduction we got to brutal Michael Myers. And he came back, he did stunts for Halloween 5. Of course, that Michael Myers was played by Don Shanks, but he came back to actually play in full the Shape in Halloween 6. But when the reshoots and shit happened, he was replaced by A. Michael Lerner. But if you go back and watch the producer's cut, I think the producer's cut is on YouTube somewhere. If it's not in there in full, it's chopped up in segments. But he played Michael Myers on Halloween 6 throughout the entire producer's cut. But he was replaced in the theatrical towards the, in the third act sequences. But he's a great Michael Myers in this movie. Now, I know the mask is a little off-putting to people. It didn't really bother me that much because I feel like the mask wasn't... I said this earlier. I was like praising the movie, posted something in the Cinemaniacs group. Shout out to them. But I was saying, I guess the filmmakers felt as though the mask wasn't as prominent as they thought it was. And, I don't know. But I just know the mask doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people. Now, with that being said, people, we are almost 10 minutes into this, man. And I don't want to take up any more time of y'all's than I have. So I'm actually watching this on YouTube. YouTube has it in full. Hopefully there are no ads for this shit. Knock on wood. But yeah, nothing special about it. No extended features, special versions or nothing. By the way, if anybody finds like an extended or director's cut of Halloween 4, please let me know. Shout me a holler in like the DMs or the Facebook Messenger or something and send me that link because I need that. But yeah, man, it's like I said, it's on YouTube. Not sure, I can't even see because the ratio of my TV is kind of cut off, so I can't see the runtime for it. But Yeah, people, if you're tuning in watching this with me, you already know you are the real Tudor Reviews MVPs. So, that being said, people, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers on its 32nd anniversary. Let's hit the play button, people, without further ado. In 3, 2, 1. Boom. Wait, let me get some V on this because I don't know. I think this might be my first or second time doing a commentary on YouTube. So hopefully this pans out the way it's supposed to. Hopefully. Now, let's talk about this intro real quick. We didn't get a pumpkin. We didn't get the Halloween theme. We get this real ominous, spooky type of music. We get all of this imagery, ghosts and farm equipment and shacks that look like the shack that Jason had in part 2. You get like all this landscape, all this scenery. You get this, like somebody stuffed a jumper and clothes and put a jack-o'-lantern's head on top of it. You get this Children of the Corn farm implement, whatever it is. And this right here, the mini-handed man. This shit's creepy, man. This guy's he looks like a tall, life-size version of Six Shooter from Puppet Master. But I just like the harvest, fall, Halloween type of imagery that they added in that opening. It's probably my third favorite opening in the series. Let me think. Favorite openings, of course, Halloween 1 is first. Halloween 2 is second, where the pumpkin splits and the skull's inside. There's cobwebs in there. This is probably the third one. The fourth favorite opening would be Halloween 5, with the pumpkin getting stabbed. And I'm not gonna lie, as much as I fucking despise Halloween Resurrection, I love the opening. There's no pumpkin. There's just a title sequence, title cards, and it's got one of the greatest Halloween themes ever composed by Danny Lux. So shout out to him for, putting something good in a piece of shit.
All metal objects into the tray.
Now this guy,
a patient pickup and transfer to Smith's Grove.
this security guard right here, I remember seeing this guy about 2 years ago, and I remember they were showing an episode of the Wayans Brothers, and he just happened to pop up in it, and I'm like, yo, that's that guy who's in movies whose name I don't know.
Hope it's the last time. You never get used to the faces. Never.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, man, this movie,
Jesus.
Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place.
this movie, man, there are certain parts in here that are still, and I use the word spooky to me. For me, all the Halloween movies are scary. 1, 2, 3 isn't really scary. It's kind of creepy. Like, it's really strange, but it works. 4, 5, and 6. 6 was the last Halloween movie that was scary to me, but this one still holds up really well.
A decade ago, Halloween night, he murdered 16 people, maybe more, trying to get to his sister.
Yeah, I did the count on that one time, and he did not murder 16 people. That count was a little off.
Shot him 6 times. Then he set him on fire. Both of them nearly burned to death. Yeah, I'll be glad to see this one gone. Yes, indeedy.
See, I'd have been the geek in the elevator. Like, you sure it was 16? Because I remember looking at the police report, coroner's report, and everything.
The transfer personnel are here.
Now, that actress right there that they just walked past playing the nurse, she is the director's, I want to say, late wife.
Ready to go. Who signs for him? I do. Outside.
Now, this guy, is this Michael Pataki? I think his name is Michael Pataki. This guy who plays Dr. Hoffman. Now, see, small things like that, like Michael's hand just dropping down, that scared the shit out of me as a kid. Like, and it's just a hand. But I like that they showed that. I feel like his hand his burn scar should have been a lot more vicious. But the fact that they acknowledged burn scars was really good continuity. Because you know, if your movie's like H2O, who just blatantly ignores parts 4, 5, and 6, you know, the least y'all can do was make continuity from Halloween 2 and have Michael have burn scars.
All right, move him.
Oh man! So y'all already know what it is. They put, and I wonder what the reaction was from people in the audience, because it's like you play that theme the moment they take Michael Myers out of the sanitarium. It's a wrap.
Locked and loaded.
Let's roll. Night, Doc. Ride carefully.
Did Hoffman say anything about living relatives?
Yeah, a niece living in his hometown.
Michael's like, fuck, another one?
And she's too young to be his legal ward.
So the state owns him?
No, I still don't understand.
Oh man. He's like, bitch, don't you ever. Oh. Now, funny thing about that, before we jump in and talk about Danielle Harris and Ellie Cornell in the scene, this movie, I want to say it was Mustafa Akkad. Rest in peace, shout out to him. And rest in peace, shout out to John Carl Buechler, who came back to the set to add in some gore. And that was definitely one of the bits that John Carl Buechler added in, was the thumb through the forehead.
4 nights in a row.
But for the uninitiated, John Carl Buechler, he's the guy, he directed a movie called Prison. Wait, no, he didn't direct that. I want to say he did the effects and Rennie Harlan directed it. I'm not sure.
Jamie.
Listen, don't quote me on none of this shit, people. But John Carl Buechler directed Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, which is probably the most underrated Friday the 13th movie in the entire franchise. But he's a horror veteran, man. He is truly missed. Special effects guy. He did the special effects for Halloween 6, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Your mother used to babysit me when I was your age. I bet you didn't know that.
You're lucky. I wish you could do the same for me.
Now you automatically feel bad for Jamie, Danielle Harris, and Ellie Cornell, man. I said this earlier in my appreciation post for Halloween 4. Ellie Cornell is like Laurie Strode 2.0 in a good way, though. She is, that small town all-American girl who's really timid and just, not really with the shits, but when it hits the fan, she does what she has to do to survive and to protect Jamie, man. I love it. And Danielle Harris here, like I said, you feel so bad for her. Her parents died, quote unquote. She can't get Rachel to say, do you love me like a real sister? She's having nightmares of this guy, and all she knows about him is what the kids tease her about. Your uncle's the boogeyman and this, that, and other. She's just having nightmares about this guy she never met. Like, she's a kind of a tortured soul for her to be 8 years old in this movie. I think she was actually 9 or 10 when she made this movie. Alright, so Michael's in the reflection. Is she already dreaming? Like, did she fall asleep on the couch and Rachel carried her upstairs and she's just dreaming right now? Like, this is some Freddy shit.
Pray the Lord my soul will take. Thou dost Mr. and Mrs. Rachel, God bless Sunday, God bless me, God bless Mommy and Daddy in heaven. Amen.
Yeah. Just jump out the window. Does anybody else hate doors that creak? You know, it's all good and well, like when you want to feel like you're in a horror movie, but when you're by yourself in a darkened room, I don't like creaking doors. It's funny how for somebody who's a diehard horror movie buff, it's some of the craziest shit, some of the craziest horror movie tropes make me nervous. Hello. Michael's under the bed with the clown from Poltergeist. That's where they hide out at. Now see, the mask doesn't really bother me, man. Because if we want, like, let's keep it a beam, man. This is the second mask ever used in Halloween franchise history. 4 movies in, and this is only the second mask because, you got to remember, the second movie, it was the same mask, which I never knew. I was a late bloomer to that. I didn't know that until a couple years ago, that was the same mask from Halloween 1, but I think Deborah Hill kept it and it got all fucked up. So it just fit differently and looked differently when Dick Warlock wore it in part 2. But this is only the second mask in the series. So like I said, I guess I don't know. Maybe they just figured it wasn't that big of a deal. I know that's kind of blasphemous for a Halloween movie. I know. I don't know, people. Like, if I knew, like, the fuck? I wasn't on set. What an asshole. So you dipped your fucking tie into your coffee and you got mad at your wife for that? You could tell he beats her during bingo night.
That's not the only thing you're eating, Rachel. Mom, I'm on a diet. You want an oinker for a dog? Sorry.
Oinker, huh?
Do you suppose Susan could just bring her crutches? Stupid question. Tell her I hope she feels better.
She's on the phone getting cursed out. That's why she's about to hang up. Like, bring her crutches,
Can't
bitch.
babysit tonight.
Why not?
You out of your fucking mind.
The ice rink. Rachel, Mom, please. You'll have to watch Jamie tonight. Not tonight. I've got that date with Brady. You know how important that is. Well, tonight is very important for your father and me. Can't you find somebody else? It's too late. What am I supposed to tell Brady? Sorry, but I've got to babysit my foster sister. Go and have fun by yourself. It's not exactly the end of the world, for goodness sake. Sure it is. I think tonight Brady was ready to make a commitment.
She must have been anticipating that D. That Brady. I tried to make her funny.
I'm sorry I ruined everything. I listen here, you can go out.
Oh. She should have just socked Rachel in the side of her head.
You're only to all the love we can give.
Like, I don't want you to trick or treat with me anyway.
Just think about yourself.
That's right, parents. Guilt tripped the hell out of her.
Jamie?
And rightfully so. Like, you don't want to, Jamie's fucked up around this time of year and just in general. And you don't want to take her trick-or-treating
I
because,
didn't mean it like that. I can go out with Brady tomorrow night.
or you don't want to watch her because you think Brady's ready to make a commitment.
Well, tonight we're going to do something better. We're going to go trick-or-treating.
I don't want to.
It's Halloween. I mean, don't you want to get dressed up in a really scary costume and get some candy?
No.
How about this afternoon?
Is that dog, is that a golden retriever? It looks like Air Bud. Golden retriever type of John.
Double scoops. Now let's get some breakfast.
Oh, now you want to be nice, huh? Ah, Donald Pleasance.
Dr. Quinn called 7402.
That hallway, man, that is I feel like that hallway was like on a dolly zoom.
Why wasn't I notified?
How about what?
You know damn well about what. You let them take it out of here.
For Christ's sake, spare me the speech. I've listened to it for a decade. The fact is that Michael Myers was a federal patient and a federal prisoner, therefore he is subject to federal law.
He sounded like he was spitting bars for a second. The federal. The federal.
Evil on two legs.
I can see this is useless.
Do you know what today is?
This burn scar on Dr. Loomis's face, they said that they changed it.
Every day I remember.
They said that they felt that it was just too much. And I actually prefer this scar to the one that they used later on in the movie.
To have to live through that
Little continuity error for the trained eye.
Before I think you're the one who needs mental help.
I hate that everybody tries to play the shit out of. This is why, man. If I ever get a chance to do the Halloween fan film that I want to do, like, let's say it was like Halloween 9 or
I see.
a follow up to 6 or 5 or something, Loomis is going to get the greatest acknowledgement that I could ever possibly write and execute. Because I feel like he should get a mural, a statue, something, man. Like, he should have a fucking Dr. Sam Loomis Day in Haddonfield for everything that he's done for this town. Because every single time he tries to tell these motherfuckers, you know, evil on two legs and this isn't a man and death has come to your little town. Every time, man, they always sell him short and they never buy it. And bodies start racking up. So you figure in a sequel, it would be different.
When did this happen?
Like, you figure if Loomis is coming to you 10 years later, like, listen, man, we about to get a repeat.
An accident.
Yes, sir. You believe that? Why should I?
You figure they would take heed to it, but they don't.
4 plus Myers.
How many bodies did you find?
Hard to tell. They're all chewed up.
Imagine if we saw that accident. Like, the ambulance is just literally overturned on its top.
It's over. Leave it alone.
And apparently we were supposed to see, like, you know how Loomis is about to look inside of it and you just see blood, but you don't see what he sees. There was supposed to be a shot. The writer said there was supposed to be a shot of, like, body parts and just carnage up in that John. Now, I'm kind of like conflicted because I feel like you know, when you tame a Halloween movie, it still works, because that's one of the reasons why the first movie was great, was because it wasn't, you know, ultra violent. It was all about terror and tension, suspense,
You won't find him.
the slow burn of things. But
Done all this.
I'm one of those people. I don't mind the gore bits in here. I don't mind the gore bits in movies like Halloween 6. I love the shit that they did in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So I don't mind it.
Conscious. His muscles will be totally useless. Give the trooper.
It's funny because it works. It works either way for a Halloween movie. It really does. Now, with that being said, I was kind of disappointed we had a lot of off-screen kills in Halloween 2018. So I'm hoping that with
It's a 4-hour drive.
Halloween Kills,
From the local police.
they don't hold, you know, they don't pull any punches.
4 hours. I'm sure I will.
I know that's right, Loomis.
Hey, Gar, how about a 9-6?
I love that you see Michael's feet walk past when this guy is underneath the car. Just little subtleties. I also wish that we got to see more of Michael bandaged up. You know, whether he had the sanitarium clothes on or whether he had the jumpsuit on, but I just wish his face was bandaged up more. It's like fucking Darkman, but it's more so like the equivalent of Baghead Jason. Like, Michael looks badass with those bandages wrapped up on his face. Also love that Loomis has got a cane in this movie that he kind of barely needs, because when he sees Michael, he just drops that shit to the ground like, yep, I'm ready for war, bruh.
Hello?
An explosion at Haddonfield Memorial in 10 years ain't do nothing to me.
Anybody here?
Loomis is a G. I would love to see a Loomis like prequel origin story. We got enough lookalikes out here. Hey, hello my baby, hello my darling. That is a scary ass corpse. Michael turned him into one of the chain gang, like he was, you know, like he opened up the box from Hellraiser. He got all them chains around him.
Anybody here?
This is a great scene right here coming up. Really, really dope. And Loomis, you see Loomis pulls the burner. Loomis always locked and loaded, man. He pulls the burner out. I love that he doesn't have a revolver in this movie. It's automatic. Not sure what kind of gun that is, though. The way he slammed that phone down. It's like, damn it, I can't call collect. Did they have 1-800-COLLECT in 1988? I don't think they did.
Michael?
Probably had to call an operator, like dial 0, like, look, I need to make a long distance call. That was a great shot, by the way, the dolly zoom when they showed Michael Myers.
You waited 10 years. I knew this day would come. Don't go to Haddonfield.
And that dolly zoom shot they just did on Michael, that was probably one of the more, you know, not complicated, but just one of the bigger type of shots in the series at this point. We don't get too much fancy schmancy in these Halloween movies.
God damn you.
Let me just shot all those plates up. He's like, damn it, Barry Allen. This was a good time to play the theme again.
Michael!
The way Loomis face, man. Loomis, he fucking Power Ranger dove over those barrels, and if I'm not mistaken, Donald Pleasance really did that stunt himself. What a G, man. But the way he looked at Michael driving that car before he started letting off, he was sick of his shit, man. But you see Michael, you know, the power lines are down now.
Hey, Jamie, where's your costume? Where's the mask?
Michael knows what he's doing.
I don't need to wear a stupid costume. That's because every day is Halloween at Jamie's house, right, Jamie? Because your uncle's the boogeyman. Boogeyman, boogeyman. Jamie's uncle's a boogeyman. How come your mom didn't make you a costume, Jamie? How could she? Her mom's dead. Jamie's mommy's a mom.
You pieces of shit.
Hey, stop it! Jamie's an
This is one of the reasons why I don't play with everybody kids, man, because I know, like, there's a good chance my daughter will get teased in her lifetime. I did, but it's like, who hasn't? You know, I know there are people out there probably like, well, I wasn't. Good for you, but there are a lot of people out here that have been teased, and you know, they're talking about her mom's dead, her mom's a mummy. It's just like, all right, you little bastards, you have gone too far. Now, unless you worship he who walks behind the rose, ain't no reason for y'all to be that fucking evil in life.
Jamie, are you okay?
Now, this chick driving with Rachel and Jamie that's actually behind the wheel. This is actually supposed to be Lindsay Wallace.
You remember Lindsay, don't you? I do.
Like, her name is Lindsay, but she's such a throwaway character here, and it's just such a throwaway scene, but this is really supposed to be Lindsay Wallace from the movie. And there's a guy in the store with Brady and Wade who's supposed to be Tommy Doyle, and I really don't like that they just
I know.
disregarded that.
I don't want to look pushy. He won't look pushy. Well, I don't want to come on too strong. A guy hates a girl that comes on strong. Well, I don't want to seem
I mean,
desperate or anything.
some of us like that aggressiveness.
You are desperate.
Some of us like the chase.
You're just gonna go in and buy a costume.
Keep it real.
Perfectly legit. I don't know.
The pursuit.
Do I drop you at the discount mart or the Dairy Queen? Jamie?
Discount mart. Can we get ice cream after?
You bet.
Most older siblings would have been like, look, fucking pick one, all right? You're not getting ice cream and you're not getting the costume at the same time. But, you know, the cool siblings like Rachel. Plus, she had to make up for, you know, hurting Jamie's feelings that morning. So she better get her fucking costume and get ice cream after double scoops. Better.
Hey, wait, why don't you go
Need them double scoops.
Don't rush me, Brady. Timing's gotta be primo.
Yeah, well, money talks, the bullshit walks, you know what I mean?
It's all or nothing, you don't ask Kelly out.
This guy, not Wade, not Brady, but of course, the other guy who looks like Emilio Estevez, he is supposed to be Tommy Doyle. And I hate that they just didn't mention that.
Scare me.
This motherfucker really does look like Emilio Estevez, though. He looks like Emilio Estevez in Men at Work. That's a great fucking 80s comedy, man, if y'all haven't seen it. Was it 80s or early 90s? I'm not sure. And Kathleen Kinmont, who just said the classic line, fuck off, Wade. That's on t-shirts, man. That's on t-shirts and just banners. The line, fuck off, Wade. Wade is actually a character. I think I've said this in a Halloween episode before. I put him in my Halloween 5 fan script. I started writing a fan script for Halloween 5, but Wade ended up being Haddonfield, elementary school bus driver. And Jamie says fuck off Wade when she goes to pick her son up from the bus.
Hey, sure, what about?
Yeah, that's right, people. I have a Halloween 5, like it's a direct sequel to Halloween 4 that's supposed to take place like literally like now, like in present time, where Jamie's we kind of see what happened after the end of the Halloween 4, but Jamie's a mother. You know, her and Rachel live together. You know, she's got a son who gets teased for not only Michael Myers, but for his mother. You know, because they know she stabbed her her foster mother. It's a lot, man. I gotta get back to the idea.
Rachel, I found the perfect costume. Come see.
Now, real quick, man, shout out my boy Troy Lee, man. He's always pointing shit out to me that's really funny, man. He commented something this morning on my my Halloween 4 appreciation post in the Cinemaniacs group. He said that he just finds it funny that with all the shit that's happened in Haddonfield, they're selling the Michael Myers mask in this store. And I told him, I'm like, I don't know if it was just a mask or the mask, but it's really convenient that that mask was just there.
So?
I don't know, Brady.
Okay. I guess I'll call you later.
See, this one she should have went after him. If you wanted him that bad, you should have went after him. Like, well, look, all right, we can figure something out. That is not the original Michael. Now, did he try to grab her or slap her? And I hope Rachel's gonna pick that up.
It was the Nightmare Man.
What?
He's coming to get me, Rachel.
You're okay. You probably saw a mask and it scared you. At least you're not cut.
They looking at Jamie like, yeah, she been smoking that K2.
She'll be okay. She'll be fine.
I love how everybody came in the back of the store to see if she was okay. Tommy, Wade, what's her name? Kelly. And poor Loomis, man. This takes me to, to times when I saw shit like there's certain images that are just like, wow. Like Loomis hitchhiking all dirty, you know, trying to get to Haddonfield and stop Michael. It reminds me of seeing Superman hitchhiking in Man of Steel, like or Batman, you know, in The Dark Knight Rises with a cane and just a beard and just all old and limping. What Loomis should have did was pull that fucking gun out, shot their tires right out. Not kill him, but shot their tires out and then just kept hitchhiking down the road. This guy, Carmen Philippi, man, who I really praised in... Y'all can check out my commentary for Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He is the guy. Carmen Philippi is amazing, man. He's one of the greatest characters. This is a throwaway character, but there's so much mythology people have just made up over the years, myself included. Reverend Jackson Sayre, man. But he played Jack, Hobo Jack in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He was also the guy in Beetlejuice. Remember, he was taking appointments when he comes out the wall all flat and he's like, Maitland, party 2, take the handbook and go to the 6th store. And then he tells Barbara and Adam, he's like, how do I look? There are no mirrors on this side. He said, thanks, I've been feeling a little flat. And the motherfucker literally got ran over by a truck. Like, you see tire marks across his chest. He's great, man. Rest in peace to Carmen Philippi. It's a great fucking scene. Now, him and Loomis are just having such a moment, just relating on every level right now. Him saying, you know, I've been hunting the evil for 30 years. Reverend Sayre was a character that I wanted to do an entire Halloween prequel, and I wanted to center it around Sayre chasing whatever. Sing it, Reverend. Go ahead. But I wanted to center the prequel around Reverend Sayre chasing whatever evil he's been chasing that he was telling Dr. Loomis about. But I wanted to show him in 1963, and whatever evil he's chasing is going to somehow escape whoever the person is that is inhabiting, and it's going to get passed on to Michael Myers somehow. And then I wanted the ending of the prequel to be, you know, you see Michael Myers get the evil passed on to him, and then you see him start to walk across the street to his house to kill Judith, and then it just goes off. I feel like Sayre's a character, man, who he deserves a lot more explanation than they gave him. But I guess he was just one of those characters to pass through, and just it's one of those things people talk about with this movie in particular. You know, that's a good thing about good sequels or good movies, where it's like there are parts you can pull out and you can ask people like, yeah, well, you ever see Halloween 4? And if someone says no, it's like the one where Loomis was in the car with the guy and, you know, the preacher was singing with the pint in his hand. It's like certain little parts you can pull out and familiarize yourself with. Now here we get the POV shot, which, funny enough, we don't get a lot of POV shots in this movie. I don't know if that was done on purpose. I don't mind. I feel like every Halloween movie has to have a POV shot from Michael Myers' POV, pretty much. It's only right, because that's how we started the movie. You know, that's how in the original movie, like when the theme is over and the opening credits are over, we started with a POV shot of Michael, a tracking shot, actually. And I know that's right, Jamie. You better rush her. She rushed you. She's like, yeah, go upstairs and get your costume on and hurry up, for you miss all the candy. And then Jamie's like, Rachel, I thought you said you were ready. Stop trying to call Brady. He's not going to fuck you. Shout out Jamie Lee Curtis. I wonder if she got a check because they put her pictures in there. Michael put his picture flat on its face, like, yeah, I don't want to see myself. Now, I wonder who... Of course, that was probably Jamie's dad in the picture, but who was her father? We never had that question answered.
Travel about 3,000 miles south of here.
What?
Racker retired in 81. St. Petersburg.
Oh, well, who's the new sheriff?
I am. Ben Meeker.
Oh, Sheriff Meeker. My name is Dr.
Loomis. Folks around here...
Bo Starr.
It's not cops.
He just looks like he's in charge, man.
10 years.
Michael Myers has escaped from Richmond.
Bo Starr has completely got the stature of a town sheriff.
Myers is an invalid.
Great guy, man. I think Bo Starr is actually still with us, still alive.
10 years ago, he tried to kill Laurie Strode.
The other movie that sticks out that he was in, other than Halloween 4 and 5, is Goodfellas, where he beat the shit out of young Henry Hill when he found out he was cut in school.
That little child is in mortal danger.
Myers has been locked up since before she was born. He's never laid eyes on her.
6 bodies, Sheriff! That's what I've seen between here and Richmond. A filling station in flames. I tell you, Michael Myers is here in this town. He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way.
Bitch. Should have just capped it off with a bitch.
Full truth doesn't check his story.
Just so, Meeker knew he was serious.
It's true.
It's true, Sheriff.
All right, it's true.
Now, that whole little piece of dialogue actually still gets chills out of me, where he's like...
Someplace safe. Call the local TV station. Tell them to get people off the streets and behind locked doors.
Can't get long distance, Sheriff. Operator says the lines are down.
And Loomis looked at him like, see?
When he makes that call.
All right, let's do it. Let's check on this little girl.
But see, Meeker springs right into action.
Jamie, wait for me.
Right into action. You know, he had his moments of doubt, but then when he saw how serious Loomis was, and he saw he wasn't playing any games, he's like, all right, man, let's go check on this little girl. Take control. This is your town, Sheriff. I admire that so much with Bo Starr's portrayal of Ben Meeker.
What I have for you? You're a sweetheart. Thank you.
And that's nothing against Charles Cyphers as Sheriff Brackett in the last 2 movies, or the first 2 movies. He's a great actor, man, and his whole angle of, I'll stay out here just in case you're right, and if you are, damn you for letting them go. I love that, but Bo Starr is so much more hands-on. Now, what Michael should have done, he's creeping around corners and shit. What he should have done was scare the hell out of those little kids that, were teasing Jamie, and, really terrify them and be like, listen, don't nobody scare my niece but me.
Hi, Rachel. Hi.
She got that Cops Do It by the Book shirt. Classic show. Oh, Brady.
Little clown. There you go.
When Brady walked down the steps, they should have just played Shaggy. Doo, 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 doo. My girl just caught me. I don't know what to do. Say it wasn't you. Caught red-handed.
You don't owe me anything, Brittany. That's good.
Hold on a second.
Just leave me
Go ahead and explain yourself.
No, you don't understand. I mean, you blew off the baby.
What's crazy is he's explaining to her what's going on, and she's actually listening to him,
I just got pissed off.
but she's snapping, and Kelly's just in the doorway waiting like, well,
It's Rachel.
you can tell Kelly is bout it.
Brady. Are you coming in or what?
Phew. You ain't gonna say no to that, bruh. Now he could have done one of 2 things. let's analyze this situation right here. He could have went after Rachel, the girl he ultimately should have been with, the wholesome girl who would have treated him right and probably been with him forever.
Right.
Or you could have let her ass go into the darkness to get stalked by Michael Myers and got some cheeks from Titty City over there.
Everybody shut up a goddamn minute. Shut up.
I love these guys, man. Earl and Al.
Sure ain't. Martians could land on Ben's doorstep and all he'd do is spit once and get himself a shotgun.
Who are you calling?
Police station. They're closing down without a good goddamn reason.
Well, that's odd. And I love that he finished the beer before he left.
Well, come on. Jockey.
And they just like, well, fuck it. And they just all roll out with him. I love it. And why did the dude that Big Al walked up on, why did he look so scared? But they all, let me tell y'all something, man. Mark my words, yo. Halloween Kills was filming under the title Mob Rules, right? Now, there's talk. I mean, it's not even talk. There's articles saying that, you know, they explore how the town is affected by what happened on Halloween that same night. Mark my motherfucking words, people. We are going to get some Halloween 4 type of shit in Halloween Kills. We are going to get some townies that are going to saddle up. You see Tommy Doyle has a baseball bat. We're going to get some townies with shotguns and crowbars and all types of weapons to try to hunt Michael Myers down. We're going to get a lynch mob and they're going to get murked, and it's going to make for a really big body count in Halloween Kills. Mark my words, people. I'm telling you. There's a shot of Anthony Michael Hall, Kyle Richards, and Nancy Stevens in a bar. It looks like they're looking up at a TV, and I'm pretty sure they're looking at a news report saying that Michael Myers went on a killing spree again and blah, 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 blah. That's going to trigger a lot of people in the bar to saddle up and go hunt this dude down, and they're going to get murked. I'm telling you, man, it's going to happen, and it's going to be a nice little callback to Halloween 4. Because I feel like with Halloween Kills, they touched, you know, they did all the fan service, so now I feel like they got way more free reign, and all the fan service is just going to be an added bonus in the next movie. I'm telling y'all, man.
Hey, you. The city property. No trespassing.
Oh, Bucky. We hardly knew him.
Don't try that Halloween shit with me. All right.
We got a live one here.
Right now. Don't you even think about leaving.
Damn. You know, with the way Michael ran up on him, he shouldn't be shocked at all. I know, people. It was a bad joke. Y'all know all I do is bad jokes on here. But the way Michael launched them, he launched his ass into the power lines. But again, this is to show that Michael is not just some mindless slasher. He knows what he's doing. You know, the power lines were one thing. The town power itself is another thing. Michael is very strategic, man, in his stalking methods and killing and all that type of shit. This sequence, man, where Rachel's looking for Jamie and Jamie's looking for Rachel, they're just both lost. This is a sequence, like, when I was a kid, it pulled me directly into the scene with them, or the sequences with them, because there's nothing like being lost when you're a kid, or looking for a child that is lost. You know, this is one reason why I hold my daughter's hand every store we go to, because if you run off on your own and get lost, like I remember we were in the corner store, which is fairly big but fairly small at the same time. And she ran off, and I remember for 2 seconds I couldn't find her, and my head almost exploded.
Rachel, is that you?
But I also remember being a kid. Like, I remember just being lost at Six Flags one time. I don't remember if it was, no, it was Six Flags. I was about to say Dorney Park, but just the idea of someone lost is just, you feel for it. And this cinematography here, man, is great. I think, I want to say was it Dean Cundy that came back for the cinematography?
Jamie?
I'm not sure. That's a great shot. How they just turn the camera and then you don't automatically see Michael, but when the camera just stops and you as the viewer focus, you see him in the distance and then you see him start to approach Rachel.
Oh God.
And she got the fuck out of Dodge. Rightfully so. That's why I said the script is really smart. It makes his characters really smart, and they don't make too many dumb decisions in this movie, especially Rachel. She's one of the smartest characters in this entire movie.
Whoever you are, I have a big dog with me and he bites.
Does he? Your dog's dead, actually.
Where have you been? Don't ever go off on your own at night again, okay? Not ever.
Jane, thank God.
What's going on?
Come on.
That's a good shot too. Even though it's not Michael, we don't know that when when people first watch it. And even in the distance, that mask looks a lot better than the one that they used. That first Michael imposter that they show, because here we got a second one. Then we got a third one. Now I wonder what the audience reaction was in this, because you got 3 Michael Myers and it's like, which is which? But now that I look back on it, none of these would be Michael, because if Michael saw it, he's like, well, I'm going to just play the background.
Oh, that was great. You thought it was me, didn't you? Sheriff!
Get home, damn it. There's a curtain.
Now, honestly, 3 Michael Myers pop up on me while I'm on a darkened street.
You all right?
I'm going to put my back against a tree or a wall or something. Like, listen, we going to have to square up. Y'all line it up or something, because this ain't happening.
Station is 132. Come in, Pierce.
But if 3 Michael Myers pop up, depending on how far I am away from my crib, I might just haul ass. You know, I did used to run track. I ain't that goddamn old. I gotta survive. Your will to survive, it lets you know how good your adrenaline is, even in your old age.
I didn't know what they were fighting.
Now this scene here, another off-screen murder/murders. Michael destroyed the police station and the police force. He ripped that dude's arm off.
How can a man do this?
Now, let me ask y'all something out there. Would y'all rather we saw Michael Myers at the police station or not? What if we get that scene in Halloween Kills as well? What if we get a scene where Michael just takes out the entire police station? He's like, listen, what's that guy's name? Will Patton. Can't remember the name of his character in particular, but he's probably like, yo, he's already gone, so let me just take out the rest of the cops.
Police business.
What the hell did this?
Looks like to me you're out of business. Now I want some answers.
I haven't got the time and the patience to argue with you. Now go home to your families where you belong. Forget us, Sheriff.
Somebody in the background said, forget our families.
He's come home to kill. Let it be Earl. Let the police handle it.
Did Meeker just put his hand on his gun when they walked up?
How many people killed back then? How many kids?
Al here lost his boy 10 years back.
Well, not this time, Ben. I'll handle this my own way. We're gonna fry his ass.
Son of a bitch, you just created a lynch mob.
You haven't got a police force.
These men may be the only defense you've got.
Right. And Loomis, I feel like he knows. Like, he knows that, you know, these guys are, you know, he said they may be the only defense you've got, but Loomis knows that Michael is, he's pure evil. He's not a man. He knows that a lot of these guys are going to be disposable, but strength in numbers. You know, every little bit helps.
Ben,
The fact that Michael's just in the back of this dude's
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
police cruiser is just strange. He's just back there chilling. And the guy didn't even check his back seat. Like, you're a cop, a deputy, for God's sake. Then the parents show up after the cop pulls out of their crib. Like, why wouldn't they just follow the cop, like, and honk their horn? Like, excuse me, you just was in there? You touched my cookie, Chris, did you? You know, the parents should have came home and just crashed into the gate because they were drunk at that party they went to. It's another thing, man. Do y'all notice the parents ain't shit in these Halloween movies? Laurie's parents, you know, even in part 2, you know, Mrs. Olives is like, yeah, Dr. Mixer said your parents are at the same party they were at the same party he was, but they're not there now and they're not at home. It's like, where the fuck are they? This is why I gotta see shit for myself. I'm not just gonna go by your word and like, yeah, I seen his face right there in the bushes. Nah, cause we just aired out, you know, an entire.
Shit, Earl. It's Ted Hollister.
You dumb son of a bitch. You said you saw Myers.
Yeah, now what? Ted Hollister's probably all over the fucking place. Like, when the old head was like, yeah, shit, Earl, it's Ted Hollister. I should have been like, well, where's the rest of them? It's like, they let off rifles at that. Now here we get a soft Skinamax porn scene. It's a little risque for I'm not gonna say for a Halloween movie, because we get sex scenes in Halloween movies all the time, but it's a little risque, but it's very tame. It works though, because you know, you think you're going to get a full-blown sex scene and you don't. Brady's just got his focus on them two big ass, you know, war missiles Kathleen Kinmont's carrying. Go ahead, Brady, get you some. He ain't thinking about Rachel now.
Oh, it's my dad.
Your dad.
Right.
If he catches us like this, he's gonna skin you alive. For starters.
It's a dope fireplace, though.
Where's that deputy?
Be here in a minute.
Yeah, him and Michael. He's basically Michael's fucking Lyft driver. Dumbass deputy. How do you not check the back seat?
Rachel, take your sister upstairs.
I see a 6'4" masked serial killer back there.
Kelly, I want you to close and lock all the downstairs windows.
Why?
Just do it.
Where's the radio?
All right, don't ask me no. Stop giving me feedback. Just do it.
Brady, you know how to use a gun?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's what I tell my daughter. It's like I tell my daughter why. And she's 5. You know, she's not Kathleen Kinmont's age in this movie, but she's 5, and I tell her like, why ask why? Just do what I ask you, and don't give me no feedback, please.
Okay, you got a hammer and roofing nails, and I want you up in the attic, securing it so nobody can get in.
You know, if something's happening, I should just go ahead and call my parents.
The attic.
He was trying to get up out of there.
Got you broke my daughter. I'll use that shotgun on you. You understand?
I know that's right. Keep him on his toes all night. Now, man, this scene it still gives me chills. Where Deputy Logan comes outside to get his shotgun, and the back seat's open, the back seat door's open. He looks like the fuck.
shutters. What are we doing?
He should have came in like, Sheriff, did you open my back door?
Isn't all this a little paranoid?
And then he says, isn't all this a little paranoid? And he was just looking around, checking his surroundings when your back door was open, when it wasn't open when you pulled up.
Are you okay?
Been better.
Dumbass.
What's going on?
Michael Myers.
Who's that?
Wayne's World, Austin Powers. So I married an axe murderer, Cat in the Hat. You never heard of him?
Kids go right.
I'm gonna be outside, upstairs.
Brady, like, it's like reality kicked in, like, oh, that's that guy I Googled? Fuck. Now I really can't mess with you now. Now, what is nailing this weak ass closet door together gonna do? Have we not seen Halloween 1978? Michael Myers busts through closet doors like it's nothing. And have we not seen Halloween 2 1981? Michael Myers busts through minor surgery doors like it ain't nothing. Like, come on now. He gave Brady a whole shotgun. And that shotgun that Meeker's using is kind of reminiscent to the shotgun that Everett McGill has in The People Under Stairs. The riot pump.
I now padlock the back door. This is the only way in and out of this house.
You got that. You got it then.
You liar. You ain't got nothing.
All right.
Good job, goofball. I'm not gonna lie, that hurts. When you're trying to hammer something, and you hit your finger or your hand. That is the worst. Because it just stops you in your tracks, and then for me personally, it stops me in my tracks, and it makes me wonder whether the rest of the hammering is even worth it. It's like it makes me wonder whether I even want to finish the job or not.
Go home soon, Rachel.
Oh.
Real soon, Jamie. No,
Danielle Harris is great in this movie, man. And there, honestly, like, for her to be the protagonist of the story per se, there are a lot of scenes that she's not in. But when she's on screen, she just has that I hope she survives, I'm rooting for her, I want her to make it type of thing going on with her. I hear fire trucks and all types of shit in my background right now.
Everything all right?
Jamie's sleeping. When can we go home?
Stay, please.
What she should have said was, Jamie sleeping. When are you going to get off your ass and, check the perimeters and parameters and the coordinates of this crib? You weak ass deputy. Look at Michael's mask in the background. Just peering out at it. Yo, Yo. Y'all know how many years it took me to notice that? Michael's mask just, and then when Deputy Logan sits up, Michael's mask just disappears. Like Michael always eavesdropping on somebody's conversation, man. Nosy mother. He nosy.
This is no joke. We need those troopers and we need them now.
All right, I'll get the troopers right away. Hang on, I'll need some information.
I'm not going anywhere, Mr. Butte.
Well, Loomis is, apparently.
Right. Is your sister all right?
She's fine.
Good.
Alright. Take that attitude out your damn voice. I'm trying to help y'all out.
Radio for help.
I hate how people just disrespect Loomis, man. Damn.
Not over yet.
Where are you going?
The Carruthers' house. That's where Jamie lives. That's where you'll go.
Leave Myers for the state police.
The state police won't know how to stop him.
You?
Maybe nobody knows how to stop him. I've got to try.
Are you looking for this? I didn't know you and Brady had anything, okay?
Yeah, you did.
You knew. You just didn't care. He's not married. Besides, I've got a right to do what's best for me. Don't you mean what you do best? Wise up to what men want, Rachel. Or Brady won't be the last man you lose to another woman.
Hey. Watch your mouth, woman.
Have some coffee.
Now, you can see that line was dubbed in ADR, so we don't know what that original line was before she threw that, before she splashed her shirt. You know, and obviously she put Kelly in a wet t-shirt contest.
What is going on up there?
Hi, Richie. Stay by this radio. The state boys will send word once they're en route. When that word comes, you will tell Deputy Logan. Now, you understand?
Uh-huh.
Find out what's happening. You know where the hell Earl is? No, I haven't heard from him. Not a while.
Tell them the gateway has now to be back to Blue.
Maybe you ought to wait here till they get.
I feel like Deputy Logan was scared. Like, maybe I'll stay here, man, and keep me company real quick.
His wife and his kid. I can't stand by for that.
Rachel?
It was a pretty natural reaction to Jamie waking up, reaching for Rachel right away, and then calling out for her. This scene, man, this is a scene. Now, excuse me, of course it's daytime, but even now, man, when I watch this scene at night, this shit is wild, man.
I thought you might like some coffee. It's boring out here. Wish they'd fix the power. At least we could have some MTV while we wait for the cavalry.
Oh. And that, hold up. I'll say it in a second. Oh, God damn it. Supposedly Michael was supposed to do the head tilt here, but they didn't. The director didn't want that. Now let me say this, man. That is one of the most disturbing scenes in the Halloween franchise ever. Michael just sitting there in a rocking chair, like imposing, acting like Deputy Logan while his dead body was right across. Nah, man. Nah.
Over and out. Deputy Logan? Deputy? Oh, God.
What's going on?
I've got to find Jamie.
No, we'll get to this.
Not without Jamie.
He said, "Look, nigga's head is behind his fucking shoulder."
Another key?
I don't know.
You gotta look the other way. Metal! God damn it, it's metal!
What does that mean?
Are those fucking antlers or hands that are in the background? Like, I always wondered that. They look like hands.
Jamie.
Rachel.
Hey, there we go. Michael's like, "Oh, y'all upstairs?" I take my time. Brady has unknowingly become one of the fucking Three Stooges now.
Up there, Rachel!
Just take them out. You got it. Take the bullets out, bruh.
Get up there, Rachel!
And Michael's just taking his good old time going up them steps, man. He's looking at Brady like, "Yo, for real?
Go!
Like, you having trouble, man? Let me help you." Now, that shot of Michael walking towards Brady was definitely not from that scene. They added that in there. That was downstairs because you can see the fireplace. I'm sorry, I know the edits and cuts and shit. Oh. Oh. Oof. Poor Brady. That's when he should have just ran up the steps with Rachel and Jamie. I wish Brady would have survived longer. Yeah, it's over, dog. It's over. Just count your blessings. The upper room. Ooh. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, he knew. As soon as Michael got paws on him, he knew it was over. He should have known it was over. I would have known. That's why I started singing The Upper Room. That's all I would have started singing. Wingy. He just sent Brady to the upper room, man. And you gotta love how Michael just knocks him off and then just keeps moving forward. Like, he is on a mission. I like the mask in that shot, actually.
Jamie, get down. Get down. Get on my back, Jamie. Get on. Hold on. Now,
this apparently was a... I don't know how many feet off the ground they built this roof. This was not the actual roof of the house, the Meeker house, but they built this shit themselves a couple feet off the ground. So, you know, to make it more realistic, which is cool. It adds to the fear factor. And that part right there where Ellie Cornell slid down, of course, it's, you know, edits are great, but when Ellie Cornell slid down, they said she caught a nail in the stomach, like in the torso. Oh, and she had to get all stitched up. But oh man, casualties of war. But that's just a testament of how great Ellie Cornell is in this movie. Oh, Michael. Michael's like, finally, put these high waters to work real quick. Michael looks like he's like tiptoeing. Hey. I love how Michael was going to get rid of any and everybody in his way. Like he swiped at I almost called her Lori. He swiped at Rachel and then stabbed downward at her. Like he's like, you are in the way. This is actually pretty smart. Like in a panic, I don't know if I would have thought of this. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. Oh. Michael just keeps swiping at her. You could tell he wanted to kill her, like something vicious. He's even stabbing at her fingers. Oh, poor thing. Even watching this as a kid, it made me sad that she was telling her to come alive. Because, you know, sometimes kids don't get it, man. It's realistically sad, actually. Now, how the fuck did Michael get down there so fast? Like, his knee, you know, he's not human, but his knees is on a whole nother level. He probably did the superhero landing. Love this shot right here. It's just so blue, so foggy. It's so well lit with the right amount of shadow to it, if that makes any sense. Poor Jamie. In case I didn't mention, Danielle Harris has been doing a phenomenal job in this movie. You feel so bad for her, but you root for her as well. And I love that this moment here, even though it's pretty short-lived, I love that you get this interaction with Loomis and Jamie, which is really, I hate to say it, man, I missed that in the first two movies. Now I know it was the first movie, so you're not going to get it, but I feel like in Halloween 2, you know, we only got Loomis and Laurie together in the end of the movie, in the third act, the last parts of the third act, and there's even a line by Loomis where he's like, "I'm sorry I left you." You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish there was just more interaction with him and the main victims in the movie. Now here we get a really big continuity error coming up. I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real shit. That motherfucker, his hair was blonde. Explain it to me. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. There's no reason that mask should have had blonde hair attached to it. Now, apparently, that was the original mask that they were going to use for the movie, and it hadn't been modified yet. I don't know, but there's no fucking reason that Michael Myers looked like Slim Shady in that scene. That was like the fucking Ben Tramer mask from Halloween 2. You know, when Ben Tramer gets hit, but you know, when they think it's Michael Myers, but Ben Tramer gets hit by that cop car and he explodes when they collide with that van. Like, why, man? Like, look, listen, man. I'm not a filmmaker, people. I would love to be. However, there are certain things that are just not going to fly for me if I do. Like, knock on wood when I get there. But there's no reason for that. Michael's like, do you like it? I used Just for Men hair dye to turn it back to black or brown, whatever the fuck his hair color is. Poor Jamie, she's paralyzed now. Rachel to the rescue. You gotta love Ellie Cornell, man. This is why I said there really should be a direct sequel to this movie. And I don't hate Halloween 5 as much as everybody else. I did commentary for that. Also, if y'all want to check it out, I don't hate it as much as everybody else, but I do feel like it was a severe fumble, it was like a fumble where you end up losing the game for everyone. And it had the potential to be better than this movie, than Halloween 4. But I just feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like Ellie Cornell and Danielle Harris deserve a direct sequel to this movie, man.
Screw it, let's get out of here.
And Miss Danielle Harris, if you're listening to this podcast, which I will tag you to and send you, I'm telling you, my Halloween 5 idea, like, please, it can happen. It is possible. Anything is possible.
Okay, everybody, listen up. I've got Rachel Carruthers and her sister in the trunk. I'm taking them out of town, Route 410. State police are on the way. You got that?
Got it, Earl.
Okay, out. Here's the cavalry.
Yeah, of course the cavalry comes into town when everybody's dead. Like all fucking horror movie cops do. They always come when everyone's dead. Like, come on, man. Do your job.
Coming out of Haddonfield?
Yeah, Myers in the elementary school. We're taking these kids to safety.
Okay, there's a highway patrol substation about 4 miles down the highway. You'll see the turnoff signs. Now, we've got officers on duty. They'll take care of you.
Thanks.
And they give you some hot cocoa and some Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. You like those? It's like, shut your ass up, man. Everyone's dead back in town, dog. Do y'all know what happened? Look at all that fog. That's what it looked like this morning. At least in my neighborhood in Philly. It was a lot of fog this morning. I actually love it. Oh, I know people. I don't know how Michael he got underneath the truck or how I don't know. Ooh. Oh, that sound, that first stabbing was just, Now, how does this fucking guy, he can't be that old. He didn't hear none of that? The driver and Rachel and, nobody heard this? Oh, turned him into a pretzel when he hit the ground. He's like, wait. He's like, did one of y'all fart? Cause I smell, oh, God. Terrible, terrible things happening. I love how Rachel, you gotta love Rachel. I love how she just took charge and she just like, yeah, let's get this body out of here so I can drive this truck. Here we go. Here we go. Another good time to play the theme. Now, of course, I think this is George P. Wilbur doing the stunts on the top of the truck, like in the distant shots, like here, right here. But that's not Ellie Cornell driving. The close-up shots are Ellie Cornell, of course, but look how Rachel is whipping this truck, man. I'm telling you, man, when your adrenaline starts rushing, you know how to survive. Oh. Now Michael wanted to show off and smash his face into the windshield and break the windshield, but it's like his forehead's probably bleeding inside the mask. That's why he got up so slow. He's like, fuck, I didn't expect that. Ugh. It was a good stunt fall, I'm not gonna lie. Cops are like, what? We all made U-turns. More people dying? We gotta show up when everybody's dead.
Jamie, I want you to stay right here in the truck.
Yep.
Sheriff Meeker, we killed him.
Calm down. Are you alright? Are you alright? Where's Jamie?
Look how big his hands are compared to hers. And of course, this is a pivotal moment right here where Jamie grabs Michael's hand. She already touched him. No matter. And it's like, did she give him... Was he just never dead? No, yeah, he was never dead. I was about to say, did she give him life? Yep. Light that ass on fire. Michael's like, damn it! I ain't never been hit with this type of gunfire before. Michael's just reacting like, are these hollow tips? It's another good stunt. Him crashing through that mine shaft. And everything just falling on top of it. That's great. That's awesome. And Sheriff Meeker's looking like, oh my God, I gotta give this fucking shotgun back to Everett McGill. I'm telling y'all, that's the same shotgun Everett McGill used in People Under the Stairs. It's, what did Fool call it? The snap gun? But, you know, I love Sheriff Meeker's reaction because he was looking like, yo, it took that much to put this guy down. And Loomis is about to walk into Carruthers' home like, yeah, anybody got any bourbon? I am fucked up.
Michael Myers is in hell. Buried where he belongs. These kids aren't like this. They've survived this ordeal. They'll survive its memory.
I'm going to take Jamie up.
Let me just say this real quick.
Stay with Rachel.
Of course, rest in peace to Donald Pleasance, but imagine if Donald Pleasance lived to be in his hundreds and he kept doing these Halloween movies. Imagine how insanely calm his character would have gotten. I say calm because, of course, he wouldn't have been able to have the excitement and do all the movements that his older self would have done. But you know, seeing Michael survive everything that he survived in these sequels, you know, up to 6 sequels, because that was how many Donald Pleasance was in. I mean, actually 5 because he wasn't in 3. But Halloween 6 was his last movie ever. And imagine he was in H2O or Resurrection or something like that. And seeing him survive all the shit that he survived and just knowing Michael won't ever die. Just imagine how crazy he would have went. Now this shit here, people were probably wondering like, wait, did Michael come back and put that mask on? It's a good nod back to the original. Still gives me chills. That's a good scream. Oh, God. Loomis was about to pump shells into her ass, yo. Child and all. He said, not again. This will not happen again on my dime. Now everybody's looking at Jamie like, Jamie, how much candy corn did you have tonight? Man, people, listen here. If y'all didn't know already, this is a motherfucking 10. And make no mistake, while I say this is my second favorite sequel in the series, Halloween 2 1981 being the first, that is a 10 as well. But I feel like this holds up just as good because it delivers everything that I want and more in a Halloween movie. It upped the ante, it kept it classic, it kept it nostalgic, it kept it simplistic. Everything works in this movie. Like I said, the mask does not take away from anything in this movie that I love about it. You know, I never hated this mask. Of course it does. You know, it's different. Of course, you know, going from part 1 to part 2 to part 4, it's like, this mask is kind of, but yeah. Okay. But it was only the third go round with the second mask in the series. So you know, it doesn't take away anything from what I love about this movie, man. I absolutely adore this film. The film is still scary to me. It still holds up. The acting is great. The writing is superb. The directing is superb. Everything sails on every level for this sequel, man. It's one of the reasons why this morning I had to make it my business when I found out it was a 32nd anniversary of this film's release. You know, it's one of the reasons why I had to, you know, praise it. I had to, man. It's one of the movies I grew up on. It's one of my favorite sequels in the series. It's one of the most watchable, you know, from start to finish sequels in it. And, you know, like I said, the supporting cast, Bo Starr, Kathleen Kinmont, Sasha Jensen, everybody involved, is great in this film, man. And like I said, you don't have too many dumb decisions from characters. You know, you don't write these characters weren't written to be completely stupid. They actually make really smart decisions. They don't do completely stupid things to the point where it's a standardized 80s slasher, man. And, you know, even though the follow-up wasn't as good as this one and it had potential to be, I do feel like this movie deserves a lot more respect, and I feel like this movie deserves a proper follow-up. Hint, hint. Are we about to get the Halloween theme? Oh, it says designer supervisor John Buechler. RIP shout out to him, and RIP shout out to everybody that was a part of this movie that was no longer with us. And y'all already know where to go, man. And if y'all don't, y'all can follow the podcast on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Radio Public. Shout out to Anchor. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Romero Tudor. Follow the Facebook movie group The Cinemaniacs. It is Open Mic Wednesday, man, so y'all know. You know, if it ain't religion or politics, y'all can post whatever the fuck y'all want, whether it's art, music, you know, if you dance or whatever the case may be, as long as it ain't too crazy and risque, you know, it's all good. It's Wednesday, people. But last but not least, shout out to the Tudor reviewers, the listeners, the lovers, the supporters out there, man. Y'all have been and are being amazing, and I can't stress that enough, man, because you know, times like this, we really realize the things that mean the most to us. And like I said, I'm not going to get all super emotional and all of that type of stuff, but you guys are amazing, man. So keep doing what you're doing, and I will keep pumping these episodes out for y'all. Just keep tuning in, man. I promise y'all, it'll get more and more interesting as it goes on. Hopefully y'all don't think I'm bullshitting when I say that, but yeah, man, y'all already know, love and support y'all show me, man, I show it back to y'all tenfold and then some. So with that being said, people, yours truly, Romero Tudor. Another episode of Tudor Reviews in the can. I'll check y'all on the next one.